Oh shit. Andrew, you doing anything right now?
I'm sorry, what?
You doing anything right now?
I'm finally eating my lunch because I didn't want to eat right before going to the dentist.
Okay. When you go to put that in the dishwasher, did you give me some lotion or something? I just went live and looked at my hand. Just when you're just when you get up and
Well, how about we do it now?
Fro, what's up? Golden Boy Expert, what's up? I just took a drink. I normally, it's not like the same thing when you're on home time and go take a shower. It's not like an event to talk about, but I did just take a shower. My hands are ashy. All right, that's good. Thank you. Love you. My hands are ashy, boy. Look like I've been out punching trees and shit. Or bags of flour, one of the two. All right. Yep. Dad makes, daughter breaks. What's up? Just had a chance to partake in a little bit of YouTube the last day and a half, couple days, and I'm just wondering what is up. I don't know what Slime Pack's doing. Yeah, so anyway. Trucker Q. So I'm sitting here just watching a little. Rusty's in here. Tito's and soda, what's up? All right, so I'm watching some of this YouTube shit, right? Watching some of these channels, and I'm just wondering who is actually following some. Like, normally I don't get out here and call people out like this, but when it's just strictly bad advice, I almost feel like it's my duty to like talk about some of this stuff because it's just absolutely crazy. So I want to talk about that here in just a little bit. Dad makes, daughter breaks. Dude, I can't watch that Scotty Bear. You know what? That's one of the only people I've actually gone at it with in the comments, or actually like put somebody down in the comments. That's one of the only few people I've done it. And I've gone from like trying to support him coming up to just like, oh, I mean, as bad as I hate to say it, praying for his demise. That guy actually pisses me off right there. If you want to see somebody crash and burn, go check out that channel. Scotty Bear, whatever it is. I mean, I actually can only take so much of that channel because I actually become stupider watching that channel. Rich's River Smokers. Oh shoot, hold on a second. I thought it was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Watching that guy and everything. But at some point, it's like you watch a certain amount of stuff, and I believe that shit rubs off on you. And he's one of those ones where I'm just like, I just can't have that rubbing off on me. What's up, Japan? Enjoyed my time there. Back in the 80s. All right, so anyway. I've watched a couple different channels, and I did show up on one of the channels, so I want to make sure that I'm not. Well, first of all, let's just talk about these different kind of channels that you got out there, right? You got the channels that are just like, they're truckers, but they're really not really talking much about truck and stuff like that. You got some people that are documenting their journey, and their journey's their journey. You got people that are kind of just doing more of like an entertainment thing. So think like Roadrunner, Naya, Slime Pack, those kind of channels. Really not trying to teach anything or anything like that. You have some that are kind of try to do a little bit or maybe give a little advice, talk a little bit about the trucking, but you have these dangerous channels that are out here strictly giving advice. And I want to talk about them. So I'm not talking. The only reason I'm even bringing this up is because I ended up being in one of Richie Rich's lives last night. Not because I wanted to get in there, but somebody mentioned my name and I figured I had to hurry up and jump out there real quick. But I'm not talking about him by any means. You know, he found his niche and all that kind of stuff, and I'm fine with that. But when we just have people out here just putting out negligent content, I got to talk about it, especially if it's revolving around if it's revolving around Prime, something that I know about. Now, I would be throwing Trucker's Coach into this as well, but he hasn't been around, so I guess he hasn't been part of the problem lately. But when you got people out here that are listen, it's fine if you go to any of these other companies besides Prime, BLC, Wilson, Trans Am, Western Flyer, all that kind of stuff. But when you try to compare going to those companies to Prime and that being a better reason, at least if you're going to be saying these are the reasons why and why not, at least have them be real reasons or do your homework or whatever it is on it. So I just watched the video earlier today and I'm just like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. And I'm just wondering who is actually out here. And then you get in the comments section. This is what surprises me. You get in the comments and there's like people that are actually like taking his advice. Or I'll talk to somebody. I don't want to say who because, but I'll be talking to somebody and they'll say, yeah, there's people that actually talk to him and listen to it. And I'm like, what are they getting out of it? I don't get it. So maybe somebody in the comments here can tell me why you might listen to somebody that's been driving trucks for 25 years that has potentially less going for them than somebody that just graduated high school last year. I don't get it. Rich's River Smokers. I know my channel's shitty, man. It has nothing to do with whether the channel's shitty, not shitty, nothing like that. It's like, who are these people giving advice? Now, I'm not, and let's go back to where I stand on all this. I'm not saying I have the best solutions out there. I'm the best driver. Prime's the best company. OTR is the way to go. I mean, there's a number of different ways to do this. And if I lived in different states, there might be different paths that I would have chosen. I'm not going to do no local shit in Colorado. That ain't making no sense. Then you think about regional. I'm not going regional out in Colorado. That don't make no sense. I don't want to be up and down these mountains all winter long. You know what I mean? So there's a number of different things that I could choose or would choose or may choose in the future. But when I'm hearing people, what I'm saying, there's a number of different ways you could do this business. So I'm not ever the one just saying, you have to go company, you have to go lease, you have to be a straight up owner operator, you have to be local, you gotta, do all that. I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? But when I hear people out here that every place they go is the best place to be, and I'm gonna put out my referral code and I'm gonna trash all these other companies and all that kind of stuff, that kind of pisses me off a little bit. And it pisses me off not because, a little bit because it's irritating just listen to somebody be so dumb and so confident at the same time. But pumping out just some bad information. All right. Jeremy Griggs, what's up? Supercharged. I can't get the last part of that. I know who you talking about. That boy TD. I think it would be more like TT. I guess good laughs from Todd, or I get good laughs from Todd because he's an idiot. You know what? At some point, it becomes a problem when you're putting out so much bad advice over a certain amount of years, and people are actually listening to it. That's the hard part. All right, we should count how many companies Todd has been with since Lyle's been on at Prime. It's been a few. Slime Pack, what's up? You're gonna run into TD at a terminal and he might put hands on you. I've never really said anything about him until these last couple. I've barely just mentioned it. And like I said, there was a time that I made a comment on a mistake that he made in one of his videos regarding Prime, and he kind of like asked me what I knew about. Like he tried to like sun me a little bit. Like I'm older than him, but he tried to sun me. You know what I mean? And by sunning me, I mean, you know how sometimes people like try to talk down to you, like they're your son or some shit like that. That's what he was trying to do to me, and basically calling me stupid at the same time. All right, 412, what's going on, man? Yeah, me and 412 have a bet, or we potentially have a bet going on talking about this guy, and I actually have the long money on him. So I mean, we haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but I actually have the long money on him. If this bet goes through, I think 412 is a little scared to go take the long run after just getting beat out of $50. Trucker Todd, he made sure to have his liberal white lady glasses on. $412, I will let you know. I actually want to come up with a fair bet because it's not a good bet if you say he's going to be leaving in a certain amount of time, and then if he quits any time after that till forever, I win. That don't make no sense. So I'm gonna try to come up with try to come up with something I think that's gonna kind of make the odds good for both of us. Todd has to be 80. Ain't no way you're older than him. He's nearly disabled. I'm older than him by like a lot of years. Kind of like we're talking about. I think I'm a good 5 years older than him. No, he mentioned like something about how old he was. I forgot what he mentioned, like when he graduated high school. There was some way I related. He said something that made me relate to the fact that I was out of high school before or I was in the Marines before he even got into high school. Or it was something along those lines. So, yeah. And he's said it a number of times. Not the same way, but he's said different things that gave me a perspective on his age. But anyway, on a side note, and I've been kind of sick to my stomach a little bit. I came across this just scrolling through Facebook, and for some reason I've been coming across all these people that are selling these Dodge Chargers and stuff, or these, places that restore them, sell them, all that kind of stuff. And my first car was a 69 Charger in 1985. And I sold that car to the person that sold it. So I sold the car back to the person that sold it to me when I went in the Marines. He kept that car for a long time up until he got into some financial problems, and he sold it again. He almost had it completely restored when he sold it. So I feel sick to my stomach that I sold that car way back then. I think I might have sold it for $3,500 or $45 or something like that. He's got to be sick to his stomach because he sold it twice. And when the last time I saw it was probably 2000 or something. He still had it at that point, maybe late 90s. And everything was clean on it. Everything. I think there was a few other things he was going to do on the interior, but other than that, it was good to go. And he got into some financial problems. And I don't remember how much he sold it for. Probably. Oh, he sold it. Here's the funny thing about it. So we grew up next door to each other. And then he sold it to the guy that lived in the house that we used to live in back in the day. And I guess that guy doesn't live there anymore because I wanted to go see it. So I asked my boy, my best friend is this guy's brother. So I was asking him if that guy still had it or lived in the house or something. And I don't think he does or whatever. Because I just wanted to go over there and see it, see what's up. Anyway. So I've been sick to my stomach about that. I'm kind of thinking about it enough to, not that I'm tempted, but want to make a bad decision. So anyway. Yes, Line Pack, I was just in here talking about, might as well just say it. This guy named Trucker Todd went to Trans Am and he posted a video today about why he went to First of all, I'm not even going to, he got on somebody in the comments because I was looking in the comments over there. And basically they just said, you know what, Prime wouldn't hire you. And I would probably assume that they would not. But his reasonings for choosing that, the only thing I could see that possibly made sense was the faster trucks. But I mean, at some point, are you going to choose a faster truck over the money or what? I don't know. And I'm not saying you can't make money at Trans Am. I'm just saying that if this is the list of reasons why you chose it, then I don't think that those were good reasons. Prime or Todd worked at Prime 20 years ago. Man, yeah, 20 years ago. I mean, back 20 years ago, Prime did probably have the fastest trucks. I mean, that was probably in that time when Prime had the fastest trucks on the road and all that stuff. And who knows? Maybe he didn't graduate with the rest of the crowd. Man, if you still had that Charger, goddamn, you would be sitting on a nice ill check. Man, if I had that Charger, I'd just drive that thing around. And the thing is, you don't even know what you have. Like, I knew it was when I had that car, at least once a week, somebody was like trying to buy the car for me and all that kind of stuff. I still didn't know what I had. Like, I knew it was, the Dukes of Hazzard car. I knew that. I knew it was, I mean, I kind of knew what it was, but I didn't really, really know what it was. You know what I mean? So when I went in the Marines, it seemed to me like the only option was to sell it. You know what I mean? I knew, even as nice as it was, that was not the car I was going to drive out to California or wherever my duty station was going to be. That it was not going to make that drive. Well, it might have made the drive because actually I did blow the engine on it, which is a whole nother story. But all right, 412, we're going to speak on Todd pretending to know the guy. Something about Todd's intro and knowing the guy. I don't know anything about his intro. If I would watch any of that shit, I skip through that as fast as possible. All right. Dad makes daughter brakes instead of buying a truck, buy a classic muscle car. Man, that was tempting. What's that?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
What did you say?
I said most guys who drive them are assholes.
All right. My wife says most guys who drive those are assholes. That could be right. I like that and then a road runner. You give me a nice little road runner. Now the one I had was a 69 Charger RT 440.
Young guys.
Okay. I'm talking about the old Chargers. I'm not talking about these new ones. Like I had the 440 in it.
And
For-
I'm thinking more about when I was younger.
Oh.
The young guys who drove them.
Call me crazy, but I've never seen a Trans Am truck doing 70. I can assure you I've got passed by Trans Am trucks doing 70. Absolutely. I think in the late 90s, prime trucks were blowing the doors off of everybody. I don't remember when they slowed them down, but it hasn't been that too long ago. It was later than the 80s. Rich's River Smokers, I can't wait to see Todd out there. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, you know what? And here's the worst thing about it. You take people like, like Todd or, Trucker's Coach or whatever. If they tried to stop being gurus and just started documenting their journey, good, bad, or otherwise, I think that would give them more credibility. And not only that, people would like them more. You know what I mean? Just, you know what? I'm going to Trans Am. I just kind of threw a dart at the dartboard, and that's what it landed at. And we're going to see if it works out. I'm going to get over there and try my best. I'm not going to try to go over there and have them change 20-year procedures or anything because I don't like it or, whatever. I think that might work better. All right. See Jer again. What's up, bro? Finishing up my 34 early this morning. Not getting stuck in the Northeast with recaps. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. One of my boys, Ed's probably up in here. He gets kind of lucky with loads, man. He just delivered a load in El Reno, Oklahoma. I'm thinking, you know what? He's right across the street from that Bar S place. Like I said, I don't take loads, turn down loads on money, but figured that's where he might be going. And I thought that or Cactus, Texas or Guyman, Oklahoma or whatever. He got a load in shit. I forget the name of this. Dumas, whatever, picking up some cheese or something, going to Carthage, Missouri. That is a nice, easy run right there. Keeps them out of all the weather, all that stuff. And I think it paid a little bit of money just to sweeten the pot a little bit. All right, 412 says he hadn't forgot about Rich. I'm going to hit him up in a few days. But about to get out of here and eat some dinner. I'm sitting here on this live actually waiting around for a package that's supposed to be arriving here pretty soon that Rich's River Smokers said should be on the way. So we will see we'll see if that arrives or not. Now, about the only thing, and I'm saying this because my boy Ed brings it up, about the only thing that he said in those videos that really made some sense is when he was talking about that banging ass prime discount on fuel. That right there is that is 100% true right there. But if he goes, like, I don't know about Trans Am. I know somebody, one of my boys used to work for Trans Am before he came to Prime. And he said, well, he wasn't a huge fan of Trans Am. That doesn't mean somebody else can't be, but if the I don't know how Trans Am operates with that stuff, but I don't care what you say. If you ain't getting Prime to send you no damn Raycon. Now, I've had them. I've seen them in files and stuff like that, and did the math and all that kind of stuff. And I don't feel like every time I've done it, it came out to 72% and all that kind of stuff. But if that's going to be something that he's going to need to make him feel like he's not getting robbed, he might as well just stop it right now. They are not coming up off of that. All right. So it says it's out for delivery. I guess we will see. See Jerrigan. This year feels better than last year, getting load after load. Let's have a banger year. Yeah. I mean, hopefully it doesn't get to the point where, there was a period of time, I don't remember what year it might have been, 22 or something like, I forget, where you deliver load, you'd have like 2 hours left on your clock, and they're sending you a load to pick up 60 miles away. I could do without some of that. Actually, this last year seemed to be like a nice little stable year. Not too, it wasn't like I was like having to be doing no crazy shit. Yeah, but I'm all good until they start trying to send me to the Northeast for more than a little bit. Now, I did run up there a little bit more than I liked to the last time I was out, but as long as I don't have to deal with that all that much, I'm fine. Hold on just a second. It's live.
Hey, Lou, this is Jason with A-Cup Roofing. I was giving you a call because we're working with some neighbors near Gallup Drive this week.
Yeah, no, we got a new roof.
Oh, great, when?
Man, I don't know. When do we get the roof? I don't know. Seems like it was just yesterday. I wasn't.
Okay, so it was less than 7 years ago?
Yes.
Sounds perfect. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Have a good one.
The only reason I answered that phone because I thought it might have been a UPS guy calling about dropping off that damn shipment. All right, let's see. Slime Pack says she's busy. Delivered, or last week did 6 loads and delivering my 5th tonight. Where are you at right now, Slime Pack? It's hard to tell by looking at your damn videos because the videos are like 10 years. Like, you're going to be somebody that's going to be like, not saying, I'm just using this as an example. You could end up passing away and dropping videos like long after you're gone. Your legacy is going to be out there for a lot longer than you are, potentially. I'm just saying, not that, let's see. See Jerrigan averaging 12,250 a month so far this year. Oh, Horse Cave, shoot. That's a good little place to pick up at over there at that Marzetti. I don't know if you're dropping off at that, Horse Cave. I don't know if you're posted up there and delivering somewhere else like Dollar General later on tonight or what. So 12,250 a month so far this year. And what's that situation? Solo, team, what up? Because that's a good number right there. And as far as the phone call, I don't know if we had some weather come through here or not, but somebody's trying to sell new roofs. And we just got one not that damn long ago. All right, so Slime Pack says drop in hook there. Do you mean at Dollar General or at Marzetti? And if you drop off at Marzetti, I bet you're probably going to pick up right there again, unless you already got a pre-plan saying something different. I was shooting for 25K in 8 weeks, fell short. So a lot of running. Shit, all I'm trying to do is make it through the winter. That's it. Then we'll start running it up. All right, Marzetti, we'll start running it up this summer. I mean, I kind of felt like I was whistling through the graveyard last year because there was this big ass tornado that hit Joplin, Missouri, probably in 2011, and I mean wiped it off the face of the earth damn near. And I'm sitting down there right on the same date, like years later. So I was a little uncomfortable about that. What's up, Johnny? I don't know if Tim Travels comes in here, but oh, I know what I wanted to show you guys. Shoot. This is kind of my staging area before I get ready to leave. Boom. So we got that on our way back out. So we got the Nestle Gold Intense espresso. Boom. That stuff is delicious right there. Then, you know what? I wanted to try something different. So I was like, let me just try this. So we got, this is from Whole Foods, instant Vienna coffee. So we're just going to give that a try right there as well. Because I can't even drink the truck stop stuff anymore after. I never would have thought I would have been fucking with no instant coffee. All right. Then I got 3 of these. This is going to be at Slime Packs down her alley, but we got the Star Bizzle, and this one is dark roast. So we will see. Boom. So I got 2 new ones to try. I tried a different one last time, and it was a little lackluster, but that was just more of a basic instant coffee, just to kind of see what the differences were. All right. See Jerrigan, 3752. I'm over 330K in 30 months. I run hard. That's what's up. Man, all right. That looks healthy, non-GMO. That was not anything I take note of, but I'm glad to see it. What kind of coffee maker do you have? This is instant, so it's beautiful. It's just hot water.
That's the best shit ever.
And listen, we've had like real espresso machines, all this kind of stuff. I think the best coffee maker that we had was like this. What was that, Nespresso or something? What was the one coffee maker that had the pods that were kind of like rounded at the bottom?
Nespresso, we still have it.
Yeah, okay, we still got this Nespresso one. That was probably the best of the instant ones, but I have a French press, but that stuff right there, I mean, you could make it super fast. You can be as intense or not as you want. I would never go back to just like in the truck having no coffee beans and all that kind of stuff.
That's all we drink at home.
So even at home, they say they don't fuck with the regular coffee anymore.
No, we just have a hot water kettle. Electric kettle.
All right. Briggs, what type of coffee is that? Does it taste good? The only one that I've actually tasted was the Nespresso or the Nespresso is or Nescafe espresso one.
Nescafe espresso.
The other ones I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried the Starbucks or that other one yet. But we will get tasting that sometime between the 17th and the 20th of this month.
When are you going? Wait, when are you leaving?
I'm going to be leaving between the 17th and the 20th of this month. Unless something comes up that I need to leave earlier for.
No.
Shit, you say no now until there's a reason to do it. All right, let's see. Hot water in a cup coffee maker. Yeah, that microwave does water just hot enough for me. 4 minutes and I'm good to go. Bro, take a shot for me. I'm running so hard I forgot what whiskey tastes like. It tastes good. Now, like I said, the two that I got here, I'm still waiting on the doorbell to ring for this other one. Still haven't been getting after it too much. You got the Jack Daniels, boom. The single barrel heritage toasted barrel. Then we got the Old Forester single barrel rye. It tastes good. But I'm just taking little kind of sips of it, just barely enough to even coat the bottom of the glass. Folgers Black Silk is the bomb. You know what? I have tried that before, but I don't. As bad as it sounds, the only reason I know what that tastes like is because that's what my first trainer had on the truck. All right, let's see. But natural coffee make you go. Man, I'm trying to figure out what that sentence is supposed to mean. All right. All right, Rich's River Smokers is calling my coffee some hippie shit. I can get a little like picky about my coffee. That is one thing that, and I'm a black coffee drinker myself. My wife comes up here and that shit be like,
I like a little coffee with my creamer.
Like, there's no reason to even have the coffee in the fucking mug, to be honest with you. All right, Johnny B, 692. What's up? P.S. Godson, what's up? Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting on this doorbell to ring here for some other stuff. And another thing, and I'm just saying this because some people are afraid and they feel like they got to buy the expensive shit. I forgot how much I paid for this headset. This little cheap headset right here is better than any fucking Blue Parrot shit that I only got that because I figured, well, you know, it's probably sturdier or whatever it does. That not only like this thing is so noise canceling that if I'd have this shit up even a little bit, you can't even hear me. So I might be talking on the phone, then I might like move it up for some reason, and then say something, people can't hear me. This thing is like super noise canceling. So don't feel like you got to new people, you don't got, or even old people, you don't got to spend whatever Blue Parrot money is on that shit. And again, just a reminder for some of you guys, make sure you pick you up one of these. Definitely. One of the best investments that you could buy. One of my favorite investments to buy for my truck. Because of this, I probably only go through 2 gallons, maybe 3 gallons of washer fluid a year. All right, Mr. Briggs, nice whiskey, looks good. It is they are pretty good whiskeys, and I think a lot of people were like up on this, like Jack Daniels. A lot. Wait, how much was the Old Forester?
I feel like I think it was 70. It's around $80.
So the Old Forester is $80 roughly, and the Jack Daniels was what?
55.
55. A lot of people are chasing down this Jack Daniels, and I think that I think it's good. I think that the Wild Turkey Rare Breed kills this. But if you ever see a Coy Hill you probably won't. But if you ever see something that says Coy Hill at Jack Daniels at Costco, pick that shit up. No questions asked. I mean, unless it's like $300 or something. All right, tell the wife ain't nothing like Cinnabon and hazelnut creamer.
No.
I don't know what kind of creamer she uses, but
Hazelnut a lot. And then we found a sugar-free cinnamon roll cold foam.
she buys all that
And
bullshit.
then we've got like coconut syrup, brown sugar cinnamon syrup.
Anything to make it
Some
taste like it's
girls
not
got
coffee.
trefoil syrup and some sugar-free lavender syrup and toasted marshmallow syrup. We got a serious syrup bar.
Yep. Natural coffee makes people go off better. Oh, okay. So basically makes you shit more. Cleans your intestines. Okay. What you spike your coffee with? Shit. Absolutely nothing. I can't even.
I have some the bourbon cream.
Okay. Yeah. My wife,
Buffalo Trace.
we have some bourbon cream buff. As a matter of fact, can you pour me some of that?
Yeah.
And use one of these glasses. Use this.
Just the bourbon cream or coffee with the bourbon cream?
No, just the bourbon cream.
It's actually good. I didn't think I'd like it. I don't like bourbon cream.
She bought this Buffalo Trace bourbon cream that it's like the consistency of a thick creamer, but it's like Bailey's. But I would never put anything like that in coffee, man.
Oh no, it's good.
I would never put anything in coffee.
It's tasty.
All right. Yeah, Jack Daniels, good and smooth. All right, so we're not talking about regular Jack Daniels. This is not the regular Jack Daniels. I can't do the regular Jack Daniels. This right here is Buffalo Trace bourbon cream.
And remember with the soda, it tastes kind of like a melted.
Think Irish whiskey. This really doesn't taste any different than
a little bit. It just
Irish cream.
not much.
Tastes like a White Russian. All right. E&J is come on now. Who wrote that? Mr. Biggs? E&J. Now come on, bro. Got a job offer. Talked to the manager. She put a bad taste in my mouth. Should I walk away or run? What was the job offer? Shoot. Do they sell it at Costco? That's where my wife gets most of the stuff
That's where I
from.
got the bourbon cream, but it was a special buy, so it's long gone. It's the holidays.
She gets different random shit in there. For those of you guys that know about bourbon, she got me a bottle of Blanton's out there at Costco. All right, Mr. Biggs. First time I heard about that type of Jack Daniels, I'll have to try it. Jack Daniels makes a whole lineup of stuff that you won't see at normal liquor stores. Like you might have to go to like bigger liquor stores. A lot of times they're in these shaped bottles like this, but they'll have like most, they'll be all different kind of product offerings and stuff like that. I mean, not the last time I was home, but the time before that, I got a bottle of Jack Daniels that was, so think about this. The Jack Daniels is like the black number 7. I think that's like 80 proof or maybe 86 proof. I think it's 80 proof. Last time I was home, well, the time before that, I bought a bottle of Jack Daniels. It was a single barrel, small batch that was like 135 proof. So, and I think it was like maybe 10 years. I don't know how old the other stuff is. I think this is 8 years. All right. Whenever you're ready for the tequila, El Tesoro Tequila Reposado was fire, no additives. Not much.
For a little bit.
They,
It wasn't a lot.
my wife said she has that. They had that at Costco for a little bit. I'm not much of a tequila guy. All right, Johnny. My son-in-law works at Costco in Cali, so they have different items from Colorado, but I'm going to go check. It's just a good place. If Costco is a good place that if I would just go through there every now and then just to see what they got.
We had a El Tesoro Enema was what we had. It was like $70. But it was like a special allotment. It didn't last very long.
All right, those of you guys just came in. What I was talking about earlier was who are we listening to as truck drivers out there when we are listening and taking advice from people that have just been, well, I was going to say something else, but just failing out of the business and just acting like they're giving out good advice. That's what the beginning of this video is about. Jeremy Griggs loves water. Nothing wrong with some good water. Some high quality H2O.
Not a baby. What's that, baby? You want to get up and go potty?
Has some tequila last Christmas. Man, tequila is what I used to be drinking when I was in the Marines, and we used to go down to Tijuana, and we parked down there at the border. We'd have me and my boy, who's the one that's the truck driver, started driving trucks in 94. We'd go down to the border and have a bottle of tequila. We'd shotgun the bottle of tequila and back it up with the bottle of squirt. And then we walk across, go to the club, all that, and then but that's him. Tell me that doesn't look like no grumpy ass truck driver right there. I mean, now he's really grumpy. Now he is that grumpy, like, whatever. All right. See, Jerrigan, you give good advice. Like I said before, most people on YouTube, I just laugh at. I don't really even try to give that much advice in particular to the company I'm at. There's just certain things in life that are good things, like jumping around from job to job. Sometimes it's just better just to stay put and let your feet settle a little bit. Like, but so it's not advice to one job or another. It's just mistakes that I've made. And I was that job hopper in the car business. In the early 90s, when I was selling cars, there was an older guy. He's probably about, if I'm 57, see that? He's got to be almost 80 years old now. And he was kind of a little mentor of mine and stuff like that. So I'd listen to what he did and, kind of stuff like that. But he was looking down the road. He wasn't looking at what this paycheck was like, and he wasn't listening to people talk about how much money you could make working here or working there. And I was always chasing that money back in those days. And years and years have passed. He's still working there. He doesn't even go to work now except for appointments. He probably grinded out for about 5 good years. And then he's been on autopilot since 1990. Well, let's see. If I left to come to Colorado in 94, he probably had it on autopilot that next year, the year after. So let's just say 96. So 96, 2006, 30 years he's been on autopilot. And although I didn't learn that during my car business career, I did learn that when I got into, the banking and all that kind of stuff. All right, shuttle driver from Pennsylvania to Connecticut. Boy, you could have that route. You earn every fucking dollar you get on that one, as far as I'm concerned. I can't do that. I mean, I could do it like every now and then, but don't you get like depressed when you go up to like, I guess if you're going Pennsylvania to Connecticut, you're not running through New York City and all that. So maybe it's not as bad, but anybody drive through New York City and just get depressed by how brown and beige and tan and off-white and brown everything looks driving through there? I mean, you got to drive from one end of New York all the way deep into Connecticut before you start seeing anything that's any color other than those colors. It's depressing for me. The manager sounds crazy. I don't think I'm taking it. Man, that is a hard run right there. In the summer, it might be a nice little cake run or something like that, but Rich's River Smoker allows. Okay, we didn't have that many goddamn conversations. Lyle made me who I am today. Now, we did not talk that much. I would say if we're going to be talking about advice and channels, giving advice and stuff like that, I wouldn't be a trucking advice channel. It would be more of a life advice type situation more than that. Based on mistakes I've made in the past. I mean, one of the things I live by, I talk to people about this all the time. It doesn't seem like nobody has this much faith in me yet, and I think some people think I'm lying about it when I say I don't even think about the money when I get a load. It's really, where's it going? Is it getting me out of what I want to get out of? Is it getting me where I want to go? Do I like the load? Pretty much that's it. And I've never really, I can honestly say I've never chosen a load because it paid this or paid that. I've had, my fleet manager doesn't really pressure me all that much, but there have been times he's like, okay, I'll turn this $4.50 mile load going to New Jersey down. And I'm like, yep, thank you. I appreciate it. Because the monies always seem to work out. It never seemed to be too much greater, never seemed to be too much less. Because if I compared it to when I was taking whatever, and like I said, I don't turn down a bunch of loads. I've let it be known what I like, what I don't like, and we're kind of on the same page. All right. So, Mr. Briggs, so are you on home time these days? Yeah, I dropped off a load on the 22nd. February, I'm going to probably be coming out between the 17th and the 20th of March. Let me take a look at the calendar. I would say I'll be leaving out between the 16th and the 20th. So it kind of depends on that. It depends on a few things on when I plan on leaving. If there's still a little unsettling in the weather, I might drag it out a little bit longer. If there's a storm coming in or something like that that's on my ass, I might leave early. But I really haven't put too much thought in that. All right, what about I-28 West Virginia? Lots of mountains. I've never been on I-28 that I know of, and one thing I will tell you is a road I will not go on. It doesn't make any sense. Is 68. That is a no. Like, there's really no reason to do 68 unless you're delivering up in Cumberland or some shit like that. That right there. The first time I took that route, I was so pissed off that I wasn't smart enough to just make that little detour and add about 35 miles to my run. But I wanted to be up and down them goddamn mountains all over the place. All right. Riches River Smokers, you helped me in my early days of YouTube. Well, I really wasn't. That was YouTube. I wasn't trucking. And he's talking about the cooking channels. We're not talking about the trucking channel. The $4 a mile load usually makes $400 a day in revenue. No, this load to New Jersey was making all the money. No, that load that he gave me was making me all the money. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember. Oh, there were two things I didn't like about that load. First off, it was going to New Jersey, and I forget where it was going into, like New Jersey. It wasn't like, it was going into it. I think it might have been Trenton or something like that. And it was picking up. I was almost thinking about taking that load, and I looked at the pickup place, and it was JBS Greeley, Colorado. That right there, unless it is I do not pick up anything from Greeley in Colorado unless it is a perfect load. If you know, you know. But that was it. And it was, I think it might have had, if I ran the load 600 miles a day, I might have got out there like 15 hours early or 20 hours early or so. Anyway, it wasn't like a super tight load. I mean, most people wouldn't have drove it 600 miles the entire way out there, the whole way. But yeah. Because not only was I going to have, so I was going to take that load, and then what was the first thing I was going to have to do? Oh, I think the pickup or the delivery time was all jacked up too. It was like it was just a stupid time when I was going to have to worry about parking right off the bat as soon as I delivered it. Or I was going to have a pre-plan, and, so I just didn't, too many headaches. All right. CDL Shorty, keep up the good work. Well, appreciate it. All right. Highway 68. Okay, so he won't make that mistake. Also, I-68 runs out there by I-70 and all that in Maryland. I forget exactly where it picks up and drops off, but I know when you're leaving like the DC, Washington area and you're headed west, you'll see the I-68 sign, and I just know just keep going straight. You know what I'm saying? So 70 will kind of take you where you need to get sooner or later. It's a tiny bit of a shortcut, but yeah. But the 68 just doesn't make sense, especially if you're heavy. Now, if you're out there and it's like a 15,000 pound load or something like that, you know, that might be a different story. But especially another thing is if it's winter, you know, it may not be snowing anywhere around that area. You get up in that elevation, you might be getting hit with some snow. So another reason why not to take it. Like I said, I'm definitely not the best truck driver in the world. The easier, the better, man. If I could, I'd just drive around the terminal and then turn around and come home if it paid enough. New Jersey sucks right about that. Man, the worst places in New Jersey. I think, here's what I think happens. And I don't know if it backfired on me, but what I think is you get these bullshit loads going into New Jersey. Anybody pick up at Wake Fern or Fern Fresh or whatever that is, where you got to park like a half a mile away usually and walk to or probably it's even more than that, and walk to the guard shack. And, you know, you're walking by all these people hanging out on the corners, right? You know, and all that kind of stuff. Like, it seemed like when I first got on my own or first got out on the road, I was like constantly up there. And I don't know if they were doing that just to kind of, I don't know, but that's what I think about when I think of Jersey. Not all of Jersey's like that, but I don't know if they just break you in with those loads or what, but it seemed like I never got off those loads. So if they were trying to toughen me up by getting me out there and all that stuff, then that backfired, because I was like, that was the first time I actually took my little flashlight with the stunner on it, whatever you call that, the stunner on it, and my knife to go walk to the guard shack. And it was you couldn't park anywhere close to it because there was a bunch of trucks parked all over the place. I don't know how people live there. Like, there are people that like live like right around there too. All right. See, Jerrigan did split brakes. Wait. Do you work tonight? What time? Okay. I did split brakes, got 1675 miles in 45 hours to squeeze in 34. All right, that's good. I don't really run recaps. Tomorrow morning, I'll have 7K in revenue with a fresh 70. Had 10 minutes on my 70 when I parked. 9K in revenue, some good. 9K in revenue, that's good. 9s, 12s, whatever you're throwing up, that's good. Greenville, New Jersey, I dropped the load off there when I seen the Statue of Liberty. I've been up the fairings on my first Peterbilt driving around out there in New Jersey, because there was a big ass rainstorm and there was a pothole, and this car had sunk all the way down in the pothole, and I'd already committed to make this left-hand turn. There was no way for me to avoid it. And I had to make that left turn, but I had to make it so hard that I just heard the like reefer just like bending up my fairing. Kind of over there where that high value load is, for those of you guys that know. There's like these high value loads. It's like some type of clothing or something like that. It's in that area. All right. All right. Rich's River Smoker says the package should be around the corner. So if you guys hold on a second, we'll be able to get a surprise and see what's in the, what's coming to the door. Mm. And we've had a few people in here. We've had a few people in this live that have been at Prime for I don't know how long, that have always done well. And sometimes you just got to sit the fuck down. There's a lot of people that quit any company, Swift, Hirschbach, Sierra England, CRST, whatever, quit just because they don't let anything settle down and stabilize. And again, your boy's at Trans Am now, all this kind of stuff. We'll see if he's able to just sit down and let everything work out. But I guarantee you, if he ever just gave a place more than a couple weeks before he went in there and tried to renovate the whole place, that he'd probably be at some other place that he was working at a long time ago, potentially, and been making a lot more money and been a lot happier. But Rich's River Smokers, he's thugged it out. He's been at Prime, completed one lease, got into the next lease, says he's going to do a lease purchase on the next one. Rusty is in here, or he was in here. I don't know if he's still in here. He was a company driver at Prime for a long time. Went leased after about a year and a half or something like that, if I remember right. He's completed a lease or two. Who is at Trans Am? Well, I don't know if you've been watching these videos lately that are on YouTube, but Trucker Todd is at Trans Am. So was recently at R.E. Garrison, which I don't know if R.E. Garrison's a good company, bad company, whatever, but he wasn't there long enough to really see. I mean, all right. So, C. Jerrigan, 30 months for me has been. There's been some tough months. Got to keep pushing. It's great. Well, if you had some tough months and now you're running up on these $9,000, $12,000 months, things kind of seem to level out a little bit, right? I think Todd just came after the clicks because Prime and the Trans Am stuff. It could be. He's like one of them people that's really trying to be like, I hate that word, YouTuber. All right, Terry B5000. I have a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia with the rebuilt on the top half and a new one box turbo and new tires for only $20,000, 10-speed. Manual, excellent condition. What, you selling it or you bought it? I was going to throw my truck in the shop. I still may do it this home time I was going to get a overhead done, change out my air dryer cartridge. My air dryer cartridge, I change that shit out every time I go in. So minimum every 35, 40,000 miles. So I was going to get the air dryer done. Overhead. But I figure, if I don't do it this time, when I come back home, then I can get another oil change, just do the whole PM, all that kind of stuff. Because then I think, yeah, I'm going to wait till next time. So next time I come back, I'm going to get the overhead, oil change, PM, all that, air dryer cartridge, and that'll be good to go. I just talked myself into it right here live. All right, Trucker Todd going backwards. He will be at CR England next. Back in the days, they used to call that hustling backwards. He should change his. Now, I'm not attacking him. Listen, I'm not trying to attack him or do anything like that. Although I don't feel bad about it because he tried to clown me back in the days. That's the only reason we even mentioned this. But yeah, the first thing I got to do when I watch them videos is go run to the comments section because that is priceless. Okay, he's all right. Anybody looking for a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia with a rebuild top half, a new one box, and turbo, and new tires? Only $20,000. This is a 10-speed manual. All right, 250,000 miles on the rebuild. It's a really good deal. All right, Trucker Q. I'm not sure if Slime Pack's still in here, but saw Slime Pack parked at the Loves in Pageland by the Walmart the other night. It was late, so I didn't bother you, but I took your. I'm thinking that meant spot when you left. All right, somebody's asking how much miles on that truck that's coming up for sale. All right.
I thought maybe since Millie was barking like
I averaged 11,000 a month for 30 months this year. I'm shooting for 12K a month, and then right back on track. Got to get better. Not a rookie anymore. Hey. Terry, somebody's asking how many miles are on that. Well, I think he just said how many miles were on it rebuilt. 250,000 on the rebuild on it. Don't know how much. He hasn't posted how much on the actual truck. Slime Pack, I think they might be changing up the coffee situation at Love's from what I saw. I don't know what to believe in it. Maybe the showers and everything too. Little dude from the 63rd floor. If you're an owner operator, sell your truck and come to Prime, Trucker B. Good old Trucker B.
Lovey's still sleeping.
See, Jerrigan says he lives on Love's Coffee. Man, get you some of this coffee I showed earlier in the live. Slime Pack, did you see that coffee I showed earlier in the live, the Starbucks version? That might be right down your road or right down your alley. I haven't tasted it yet, but the packaging is awesome. I already showed that. I got that right over here. All right, so the truck has 849,000 miles on the odometer. Also has a new fuel straps, new alternator, new airbags, new clutch. Has all new floor mats inside. The truck is very clean. Well, there you go. They always mess up a good thing. Well, we'll see. I don't know if that's true or not. It's a Facebook post, but it did have some Love's like letterhead on it. It looked like it was a memo sent out to the Love driver or Love's employees is how to come up with a rebuttal when drivers get pissed off that there's no more free coffee. That's what it looked like. Three years later, my truck hasn't hit 200K miles on it. Shit, Slime Pack, shit, if to get any less miles on that truck, she'd have to go backwards. I've been leveling out the miles on my truck because my truck just got to be 4 years old, and I just hit 400,000 on it. But there was a time when that truck was a team truck. For, I think I trained 3 people in that truck. 4, shoot. Let me see. First dude, autistic dude, land shark. The other dude 5. Shit, I've teamed 5 times in that truck. So the fact that it only has 400,000 miles on it in a little over 4 years is remarkable. All right. Asking what type of motor's in that truck. All right. Slime Pack is a good one. She's also a success at Prime, Trucker B, and Trucker B good ones. Well, see, Trucker B, he's kind of funny, but if you're going to put up, my man Trucker B, man, he comes off the reservation sometimes. He'll have a video that says, like, it could be got pulled over and ICE did a body cavity search on me. That could be the title. And nowhere in that video did ICE, no body search or cavity search or none of that come up in the whole video. Yeah, Richards River Smoker, Slime, and Trucker B. Well, Slime Pack is going to have something in the video about, what the title was about. But like I said, Trucker B, he's going to say any kind of crazy shit in the title and not even mention it in the whole thing. He did one video somebody sent me, and he's like, man, Trucker B had a battery that was out, and he was like, he went and hooked up two of those electrical cords together, jumpers together, so it could reach from the car where he was at to the battery box in his truck. And it's like the guy said, didn't he know we have these battery posts on the back of the truck? So, anyway. Slime Pack says you'll always find the title in the video. Yeah, I know you will definitely see that in Slime Pack's video, but not your boys. Not your boys. Like, I think he's trolling at some point. Because he almost got me on one, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fucking watch it. I'm not going to watch it. So my boys, like one of my boys, Don, if he's in here, he always watches him. He's always laughing about some shit he says. Finds him very comical and stuff like that. So he's always watching. I'm like, he's like, do you watch the video? I was like, what wasn't it supposed to be about like Prime going out of business or, whatever it was? He's like, no, but, this, that, and that. And I was like, yeah. Damn, Richards River Smokers. This is not that. We're still waiting on that bad boy to get delivered here. Unless they put the shit in the mailbox or something, which I doubt they would do. If it possibly needs.
So it was delivered.
Hey, Rich's River Smokers, if you're still in here, see if you could look that up again. Because nobody's came to the door, but we did hear some dogs barking out there, but I doubt they would put it in the. Yeah, well, I figured we have to sign for it. Check your front porch. Yeah, I don't. Well, that wasn't the guy that sent it. The guy that sent it said you have to sign for it.
Nope.
Yeah, nope, it's not on the porch either.
And if it's UPS, they ring the doorbell. Regardless of signature or not. We have good drivers. Hi, baby. Hi, love. Do you want to get up? You want to go sit on the potty?
All right, let's see.
You want to go sit up on the potty? Come on, baby. Come on. Let me get you. Come on. Baby. Come here, love. Let's go potty. Okay. Let's go sit on the potty.
Yeah, we're about as far out as you could possibly be. So whenever that shit gets delivered, we're probably gonna be one of the last ones. If it's coming out of that Aurora facility. But I'm waiting for it. Shit, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. He woke up, but he's not ready. You see, mommy? Mommy's gonna go to work soon. That's what.
Looking forward to some good ass food is really what I was looking for.
Before she goes to work.
All right, Slime Pack. What's the new Prime gossip? I didn't know that there was any gossip other than Love's possibly taking away them free drinks. I don't know if they're talking about the whole credit thing or not, but you could find that somewhere in the one of them Prime groups. Everyone stay safe. Weather's supposed to be bad this week. I'm going to get ready to roll as soon as my clock pops. That's what I'm talking about. Get to the grind.
Yeah, he's woke up a couple times.
Home time. All
This
right.
is the time he sat up.
Home time until halfway in March. Yeah, I'm going to be back. Like I said, 16th to the
I
20th.
thought maybe this was the time.
Have you tried less barbecue? Where's that at? Or should that be Le Barbecue?
The avocado blankie, that seems to be your favorite one when you sleep. Come here. Here, baby. You want snuggle? You want snuggle? Jimmy? You want snuggle? You want snuggle? Okay, snuggle. Come here, my love. You're your mommy's love. You're all of our loves. You're everybody's love. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you talking about, okay. No, I haven't tried that barbecue. Utah to me isn't that trucker friendly. Like when I get out there, I just stay where I'm at. I don't go venturing around trying to find new shit. The best barbecue I've found out here, and like I really haven't stopped at much. As a matter of fact, I've only stopped at a couple, but that Mitch's Barbecue in Amarillo, Texas, at the Toot and Totem, across the street from that Flying J, and right next to that 72 Steakhouse place, you know, whatever that's called. That's been the best barbecue I've got.
What do you want, baby?
or some barbecue, I would say I would not call that truck stop barbecue or anything like that. I think that stands with other places. And they had this macaroni and cheese that was like a green chili macaroni and cheese. That shit was so good. See, Jared and I drink over $300 in free Love's coffee a month.
You said you did want one.
I'm gonna be getting your coffee. I'm telling you, that coffee, man, that coffee is better than any. Like I got some Love's coffee. I forgot where I was at. I think I ran out of water, and I was like, all right.
Okay.
So I went in there. I went ahead and got their coffee, but I got some water, but I didn't want to spend 4 minutes heating it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is free. Let me just go ahead and get it. After drinking that good shit for however long it's been, it was like taking 10 steps backwards. I can't even mess with the truck stop coffee anymore. That coffee I've been drinking will have you acting bougie.
With a straw? Is that what you said?
He's on YouTube. Yeah, I think I've seen that guy. You got to fix Okay, you got to fix oxtail, man. Those hit good. Man, I got a good little oxtail recipe on my cooking channel from back in the day. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that bad boy. I think I.
Do you want to get up and sit on the potty?
I think I had a good ass. Boy, are you lying? Boom. Right there. Let me see if I can get it closer. Get it to. Those were awesome right there. And I think what I did with those oxtails was I braised them. I had them over like a. Man, I don't remember. It's an 8-minute video. But I think I cooked that down and like I think I had like some orange rinds and stuff like that in there, and they got like cooked. It was like even the orange rinds were like eating like candy. I think that was the video.
Okay. Okay. But you just drank a bunch of cocoa water and you just woke up. So don't you want to go pee? Don't you want to go pee on the potty and
Let me just take a look real quick and see what I did in that video.
go pee on the potty so you can stay dry?
All right, so my ingredients in that oxtail recipe was 2.5 pounds of oxtails, 10 ounces of garlic sliced, 2 star anise, 3 cinnamon sticks, 1 thumb of peeled and sliced ginger, 2 jalapenos sliced thinly, 1/4 cup Chinese cooking wine, 1/4 cup soy sauce, 1/4 cup brown sugar, 4 green onions sliced, 1 inch or so orange peel from 1 orange slices from orange. Let's see, water to cover oxtails.
Yeah.
Those were fucking good.
You want to?
Woo!
What do you think? Do you want to?
All right, let's see. The little place across from Love's in Jackson, Tennessee is supposed to be good.
Wouldn't it be a good idea? Man, Millie's barking about something.
Trying to remember if I've been there.
Not walking, I bet you.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That's what it is.
I was stuck at that Love's when the snowstorm hit, and it's the little place. Yeah, I've never ate there, but it does have a good rep.
Making a video.
All right, Slime Pack, you should revamp that channel, man. I'm just not really.
I agree.
I would have to like learn a whole bunch of new stuff, and
Your
yeah,
family wants you to.
I'd have to learn a bunch of new stuff and all that.
Your wife and your kids want you to.
Well, somebody's got to be making the dough.
Well, that's what you need to do. That's what they want to
And
see
I've
you do.
sold all my shit, or I got rid of all my stuff.
Nope. Then I guess it's time to upgrade.
I guess it's time for everybody to shut
No,
up and
that's
just let
what
me
we
do
want
it.
you to do too, and we think you'd be.
How about you cook and do videos?
Hey, then you know what? You could be my producer.
Did I have a producer?
I'll do it all day long. Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
I'll do it.
and on the sly tip, the best place to be buying oxtails and stuff like that from, if anybody can say the right thing down in the comments section, the best place to buy
Wanna get up and go
oxtails.
potty? Let's get up and go potty. But you're drinking more water, and it's probably time to get up and go potty.
Just telling you. Or the best place to buy specialty like Wagyu type beef and stuff like that.
Shoot, they have it at Costco.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. Asian markets. Boom.
They even have them at Costco. You want to come on? You ready?
Yeah, that's what Slime Pack's saying. Shoot. I just want to relax. That's all I want to do.
But see, that will let you relax.
No, it won't. Not as much as relaxing. All right, so Rich. All right, so. Oh,
Here we go.
looks like we might have Rich's River Smokers package here. We're going to get to test out a brand new bourbon. Let me go ahead and.
Oh, he's been waiting for this. We're good. How are you? Very good, thank you. We were told to sing it.
Here it is. Rinse out my glass a little bit.
Pop-Pop's package. You just let me say
Papa, you got another package.
Pop-Pop's package.
What did you say, Iris?
Got a package.
You got a package.
All right.
Okay.
Rich's River Smokers. Let's see what's up. Well, I could tell you what. If I'd have known that you were going to put this much shit on it, I would have invested in some packaging before you sent it. Jeez. All right. Or 3M or whoever does these stuff. God damn. Woo! Let me catch up on these comments real quick. All right. Oh, shit. He might have spent some fucking money on this shit right here. And he certainly, if the bourbon was expensive, the packaging might have even been more expensive. Lord have mercy. All right, goddamn. Now, those of you guys that know, fucking bourbon, Jesus Christ, I feel guilty about this. Stag bourbon right there, shit. This took a little bit of money right here. Let's see, Stag bourbon, barrel proof.
You want to lie down, sweets?
126 proof, so yeah, 63. I have to say thank you on this one right here. This actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it. Get it. Hit it. Come on. Box it. Box it.
Box it, box it.
Box it, box it. Hit it, and box it, and hit it, and box it.
So yeah, that's some.
Hit him.
This is
Down for the count.
this was some dough right here. So let's.
I crashed.
You crashed?
Yeah.
Boom, pop it, and pop it, and pop it.
All right, let me get this. Let me get into this.
You want a fresh glass, baby? You want ice, anything?
No.
Boop, boop. Pop it, and pop it.
God damn, did you get a knife though?
What?
Never mind. I was thinking I was gonna need a knife. 'Cause
Pop it.
God damn it.
Baby, you need help. Grouch you a fart.
Well, fuck, I've almost got it now. Well, you gotta work for this shit.
Do you need help, sweetheart?
Nope, I don't need help. I got it right here.
Got it.
All right,
Pop it.
let's get into it.
Clock him in the nose. Get him. Boom. Boom, boom.
All right,
Do a double tap. Boom, boom.
stag.
Come on, you can do it. Boom, boom. Fall right in the middle. Boom, boom. Box it. Boom, boom.
That is nice right there. Let me see how old this chick is. Man, this is.
Okay, come here, baby.
Let's keep playing. Let's keep popping Bluey.
Keep popping, Bluey. Popping.
Popping,
Popping.
popping,
Popping.
popping.
Get him.
Ah!
So this is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. 126 proof,
Come here.
barrel proof,
Pop, pop. And then go. Pop, pop.
unfiltered.
Pop, pop. Come on, just sneak in with the other one. So do that. Boom. Twice. And then go. Boom, boom. Get him. No kicking.
I don't see a bottled in date or anything like that, but it's got to be a certain number of years anyway, just to be considered Kentucky straight bourbon. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Now, straight off the bat, what I could tell you between this one and these other two is it's kind of not as straightforward sweet. It's sweet, but it's got more of like a more of kind of like a chocolate kind of a.
Pop it.
Good shit. Anyway, I appreciate it, man. That's some good stuff right there.
I got second.
You got suckered?
I got second. I got second.
What'd you say? You got suckered?
I got second. Someone.
I'm not sure what that word is. What he's saying.
What'd you say, Iris?
I
Iris.
don't think it's suckered, but I can't figure out the word he's saying. He said, I got something. I don't know. We're boxing.
Yeah, man.
You want to keep boxing?
Yeah. I know what we should try to do.
Those of you guys that kind of want to see what if you just went into YouTube and just if you just go on YouTube, just if you're curious and you just type in Stag Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, you're going to see people making videos of this stuff out there. So it's one of those special bourbons. Well, I think those other ones are special, but this one I think is up there, a little bit harder to find, shit like that.
Okay.
So yeah, much appreciated.
Okay. Get it. Get it.
All right, supercharged
Now we gotta stretch. Stretch.
drink for all of us, man. I'm not really getting after it like I normally do. Normally when I come on home time, I'm trying to make up for all them weeks I was out, but I haven't really been getting after it.
Is that good? Does that stretch feel good? Stretch it.
And then just some other stuff. As a matter of fact, before I get into this next topic, let me take a look at some. Oh, here we go.
Stretch it and stretch it and stretch it. Come here. Ooh, does that feel good? Stretch.
I'm not even gonna look at these. I'm done. Here's one thing I will say that I just don't like about what's happening in this country in general is everything is drawn down these fucking party lines, right?
Which is stupid.
So you have like what's considered to be right wing shit, and you got things that are supposed to be left wing shit. If everything that you're dealing with falls in one line or the other, then you're fucking just. I mean, I'm not gonna say anybody's an idiot, but maybe it's just stupid. So what I'm saying is, if somebody came to me and said, I'm a Republican and I just vote like this on everything, and then there's a liberal that comes to me and says I'm a liberal and I vote like this on everything, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, think about some of the things that I would have a problem with, or not a problem with, but just because you're a Republican, you're supposed to be anti-vax. If anybody remembers who the first true anti-vaxxers were, they were these fucking hippies in Washington that really, back in the days, Republican people were trying to shut them down because they were spread, whatever. This is back in like the mid 90s, shit like that. So if I'm liberal, as they say it, am I supposed to be like no guns, all that kind of stuff? If I'm a Republican, am I supposed to be all going to church and doing all? No. Or liberal not going to church? I mean, it's the dumbest shit in the world, and it irritates the fuck out of me that these lines have been drawn like so clearly, and everybody feels like they gotta fucking step up and follow the line. It is complete bullshit. And Chris Rock had the best shit. He had in the 90s, he had the best stand-up shit ever. And as a matter of fact, he had the best stand-up ever. And he said, all this patriotism's turning into hatriotism. And he's saying, I got some shit I'm liberal about. I got some shit I'm conservative about. Crime, I'm conservative. Prostitution, I'm liberal. Anybody that just votes blindly or just blindly says, this is what I am, and because I guarantee you, there's more Republicans than I know that have had abortions or whose girls have had abortions than I know that are Democrats. Let's just put that one out there. So most normal people are going to follow somewhat in the middle of all that shit. But anyway, it's just becoming irritating lately to kind of watch some of this stuff. So,
What's the matter?
And yeah, you should be able to. Really, what they should do is just get rid of all this party shit. It's that simple. Like, why do we even need that? And I mean, there was once a time when, like, people are no longer dating people, none of this shit, but it's just got too extreme. Like one of my boys, the guy that was the drug dealer and all this stuff, I've mentioned him in videos, look more like Mr. Rogers than anything else, but he dealt drugs. He was back in the 90s when, we were selling cars and everything. He was a Democrat. His wife was a Republican.
Mommy's gonna go back.
Lived perfectly fine in harmony, all that stuff. And, lately it got a little too extreme and then the wife kind of changed. But I'm sure there have been things that have gone the other way, but people were able to live back in the 90s. And even up into the early 2000s, then all of a sudden everything just became it's us against them. And I don't get it. And people try to throw me into that box. So I post some shit on Facebook and people are trying to act like I'm some radical or some shit like that. And I'm like, listen, I'm more fucking right wing than most right wingers are when it comes to what true Republicans used to be back in the day. Financial, government, all that kind of stuff. And since now, if you don't follow this same script, you just don't fit into it. It's ridiculous. I just can't get with it. And the only reason I'm saying that is I posted something today that frustrated, had people pissed off or something. And essentially it was like somebody that was in war that has gone to war that called out somebody that hasn't gone to war on their war policy. Richards River Smokers, Stag and Stag Jr., same thing. I think they changed the bottling is really all that happened on that. So yeah, it's still the good shit.
That's not boxing. There we go.
And the funny thing about it, because sometimes I'll have people that don't know me that might comment on something or whatever. And once you go through my friends list on Facebook, you really can't fuck with me. Because most of the people that say, try to challenge me or anything, you look down their thing and depending on what the topic is, all their friends are white. Every last single one of them. Or all their friends are black. Every last single one of them. Nobody can fuck with me because I'm so down the middle on everything. Like nobody can say it. Like nobody can fuck with me when it comes to some stuff like that. Anyway. Oh, God. I just want to be friends with everybody. Hey, Richards River Smokers, I tell you what, since you're on here, the one thing that, when I talk shit or whatever, if I post whatever it is and it's political, it's not going to cost me any money. Did you see your boy from the, what is that shit called now? Smoke and Sear or whatever that product is. I should remember because I did a bunch of reviews on it. He posted some shit and it's going to cost him some business. And I think he was a Republican and he ended up posting some shit that's going to cost him money. I feel like if you're going to slow and sear, I think that's what it's called. If you're going to post something that's going to cost you some real fucking money on either side, then you believe in that shit. Anyway, enough of that political shit. I was just trying to let everybody know kind of where I'm at.
Here you go. Sweet pea. No, don't jack with my phone. Don't jack with my phone, man. Don't jack with my phone, man. Okay, this one I'll put back in the fridge. That's the one you were drinking earlier.
All right, so we're getting into this. All right. I'm independent. I don't take sides. Same here. It's talking about California. Here's what. All right, so this is another thing. So, a Democratic thing, I guess, would be the environment. Now, in the 90s, when everybody had sense, there were some Republicans that felt like the environment was worth taking care of, and then there were some Democrats that just said, fuck it. But now, if you're a Democrat, you got to be all about climate change. If you're a Republican, then you got to be like, fuck the environment. I'm driving around in my, truck with the rolling coal and all this kind of stuff. If you remember back in the 70s in Denver, Colorado, well, nobody's been in Denver, but Salt Lake City, Denver, LA, 3 cities I remember being brought up. they used to call it the brown cloud in Denver, and it used to actually affect the weather. Anybody that's lived in Colorado knows that in the 70s, the weather was worse out here, and it was because everything was getting trapped under that brown cloud. So we would have these harsh ass winters just because everything got trapped below that smog and everything. So when everybody's, is California taking it too far when it comes to death and all this other kind of stuff? I don't know. But one thing I do know is it used to be worse in the 70s, and it affected climate on a local level. And I'm not even talking about a big global level. I'm saying locally, it would fuck with the weather. So anyway, that's another thing. I think that, and this is what brought apart about so much hypocrisy, is Democrats were supposed to be the only ones that were all about this, like saving the environment and buying electric cars and all this stuff. So Elon Musk goes out there and says some dumb shit. And now all those people are like, fuck that. I'm getting out of this, or I'm not buying another one, anything like that. Now, and I don't even think they even pulled the trigger on it. Now it's like, I guess electric vehicles are okay now from the right perspective. Everybody just needs to do what they need to do, want to do, instead of having everything driven by fucking politics. I hate this shit. That's a rant. I'm sorry about that.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired.
So, all right.
I'm on nothing.
So, like I said, I do think that climate change is real. I probably would lean more Republican as far as government fiscally type shit went, but anyway, and building these fucking robots, which is a comment here, then that is, I don't know for sure, and I might sound like an idiot saying it. That shit does make me feel like this Terminator shit could actually come around. And once everybody, I was having a conversation with he's probably not in here anymore, Rusty. Who's gonna, they're gonna have to come up with some universal pay to pay people once all these jobs get taken. And what's gonna separate? He's severely Republican, and he's saying, so the only way that this would work, if all these robots do everything they say, is to go to the socialistic kind of a system, because I don't know. I'm afraid of what's going to happen with this AI and robots and all that stuff. Not from this job gets taken or that job gets taken, but once all the jobs get taken, or enough to affect the economy. Because if too many people get put out of business, who's going to be there to buy the product? So it's this cycle keeps going on and on and on. So I don't know. Anyway, didn't these assholes see Terminator? Exactly. Let's get a little bit more of this Richard River Smoker. Nice little proof level on it too. Wait.
What? I thought this is what you wanted.
And I'm telling you, I had somebody call me a wimp in one of my videos. How come you're not pouring that much stuff in there? First of all, with bourbon, your goal is not to get drunk, right? It could happen, it could not, or whatever. But
you gotta show me.
Most people that are drinking vodka's 80%. That's pretty much what most vodkas are going to be, 80%. So when you're talking about the difference between a vodka at 80% and this at 100, or 80 proof and this at 100, or this at, God damn, actually this is this at 1:30, or this at
Prime. Okay. He knows the Prime logo.
what's that?
Prime Video. Because he knew Disney and PBS Kids. He finally remembered.
You know, so when you're up in that, when you're drinking at such a high proof, you can't
He's
just
such
be.
a smart and a boy. Okay.
All right. Anyway,
What?
yeah, we would all be on government money. That's the thing. And what's going to separate people out from other people? Like there needs to be
Like?
some separation, right? Everybody can't. Like, who's going to make more? Who's going to make less? If everybody makes the same, like, are you going to be able to get some side jobs and have that not affect? Like, there needs to be something like that. All right. Briggs, what do I think about something? What do I think about something about US dollars to silver
Okay,
and gold?
He wants
I've never been
big rig
much
boy.
of a precious metals kind of a investor. Not saying that's not right to do, but I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's a little too erratic at times. I guess over the long term it'd be good, but every time something goes wrong in the stock market, you got people like, it's time to go buy, gold and silver and all this kind of stuff. And then as soon as it gets better, then they're dumping it. So I don't know. See, Jerrigan, the robots have AI and it will be Terminator shit. That's scary. I just saw a documentary about that and how they teach these things to actually learn and stuff like that. You could probably look that up. It was like on 60 Minutes.
Big rigs to the rescue.
Johnny's talking about the type of robot he would like in subservience. Okay. That's why these mega carriers pushing for the autonomous trucks get rid of people scary. See, I think that would be like biting the hand that feeds you, though. Like I think a lot of companies that are actually investing in this or pushing for it are actually biting that. It's like it's actually adversely affecting them over the long run. And I don't know. All right. See Jerrigan buying Archer Aviation and Joby stock every week. Flying taxis, electric. Check it out, bro. I'm going to let this market stabilize just a tad bit. I'm a little scared to buy on the dip right now, but I might.
You trying to get your shirt off?
Plus, I'm trying to just stack a little bit of money aside.
We'll get it.
So I haven't been as heavy in it these last
Hold on.
7 weeks.
You got it? You got it. Good job. Good job. Do you want to put your undershirt back on though? Because I don't think you meant to take that one off. Just your sweatshirt. Here, put your undershirt back on. There you go. It's a little too chilly just because it was so warm.
Got a nice little apple kind of a flavor or scent coming through on this. All right. AMC. Are you talking about AMC? What is AMC? The movie theaters AMC? I'm not sure that would be. Let me see what it is. AMC Entertainment Holdings. Man, I'm just not sure I would feel comfortable with that. I mean, it was damn near up to $300 back in 2000. Boy, I'd be kicking myself in the ass if I bought that back then. So it went from 300 to $1.14. I mean, I guess if I had some extra money to throw around, I mean, I think I have a little bit of money to invest in my account, not to the like without adding more to it right now. It might be maybe like $40. I could maybe take a swing for $40 or something, but I guess it can't get much lower than $1.14 if that's the stock you're talking about. Lord have mercy, $1.14. That is horrible. Listen, even at $1.14, and I just use this as kind of a, just to kind of see, even at $1.14, it's rated as a hold or sell. Ooh, I don't know about that. There's only so much you could lose, right? So if it's $1 something and you sell it for, or you buy $40 worth, and it goes back up to 300, that's a big win. But is it ever gonna go there? My God, that is horrible. That almost makes me feel as dumb as I did for buying that GoPro stock. All right. Is there anything happening in America with the US dollars? I haven't really looked at that. That takes a long time to look at because you got to look at that country to country almost. Under $10 a share right now. When they get going, everyone's going to be buying. I bet $100 a share by 2030. That would be a strong move coming up from $1.07, or what is it? Man, $1.14. I mean, listen, if you're gonna go gamble, you might as well, instead of going to the craps table or to, I'd rather put $100, $200 on AMC that I'm not gonna miss than, go to the poker table or something like that, or blackjack table. I mean, shit. So if you bought 40 shares, that'd be 40. Let's just round it down, $40. So you'd have 40 shares. So if it ever did get back to where it was, that'd be $12,000 if it ever got back up there. Man, I guess that's pure speculation right there. That's like Bitcoin right there. That's just pure speculation. Nothing wrong with it. All right. Many Cubans own that AMC. Why do Cubans own AMC? With all the streaming services, movie theaters, along with malls, will be a thing of the past, unfortunately. I think the ones that turn it into an experience would be okay. I was actually thinking about going to the movies, and I was thinking about, what am I going to do when I go home? And, we got a movie theater out here that you can go there and get something to drink and get some food and all that kind of stuff. I think that the regular movie theaters where you just go there and eat popcorn and, candy, those might be dead. But I could see, you know, maybe smaller or maybe less theaters, but make more like IMAX type stuff and like make it more like, you know, make it more like going out to dinner with the movie. Because I know when we go there to the movies, the movie might be, I don't know, for two, it might be $25 or something, let's say. And then we might spend another $45, $50 beyond that. So I don't know. Remember drive-ins and bowling alleys. I just watched a documentary about drive-in movies. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's a nice little documentary. Last man, I, it might have been the early 2000s last time I went to see Jerrigan. I made $140 playing poker on my phone, 20 more shares of Archer. Well, you must be watching my boy Scotty Bear. He's out there gambling all his money away, but you have money coming in. The only money he has coming in is donations. If you know, you know. Remember the drive-in? All right, we already talked about that. Mark Cuban. Okay, Mark Cuban. All right.
Vivid? You need to go sit on the potty? Lovely. Lovely. Do you have to go sit on the potty? You want to go sit on the potty?
Anyway, shit. Think it's about time for me to get off here. Before I get off here, I want to thank Rich for hooking a brother up with this stag right here. I am denoting another taste of leather coming through on this, so it's kind of got that kind of a flavor to it as well. Yeah, I'm about to get off here, but I appreciate you sending that out. I might save that bottle or drink that one a little bit slower, and then have that when I come back from home time next time. Let it air out a little bit more, and then kind of go from there. But I do appreciate you sending that, and everybody else. Watch out who you listen to on these YouTube channels, man. You're gonna have people out here giving advice like they are. Just take advice from people that are doing the shit you want to do. That's as simple as I'm going to put it. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Comment, subscribe. Actually, I guess not comment because you're on a live, but I'm out.